Holy crapola, you guys. It's been a while, right? Yeah. So I am 24 weeks and 5 days today. And a lot has happened. Last time I did a video, I think I was 25 weeks. So yeah, quite a bit has happened. Can I come up here? Ugh. First thing, I took my 1 hour glucose tolerance test and I failed pretty bad. With Helena, I passed it, or I was right on the cutoff when I was pregnant with her, so they had me do the 3 hours to be safe, and I passed it fine. This one, I had to do the 3 hour because I failed a lot worse than I did with her. Did the 3 hour and failed miserably. So they diagnosed me with gestational diabetes. Yay! No, not really. I was really upset about it. The midwife said as long as I can keep it controlled with my diet and exercise and stuff like that, I can still have a birth at the birth center. So I was tracking my numbers, and I talked to a dietitian and everything, and all my numbers were good except for my fasting numbers. Fasting numbers are when you first wake up in the morning. You take your blood sugar, and that tells you how your body's processing sugar and stuff overnight. So I couldn't get those under control, and now we tried a bunch of different things. So we tried all kinds of different stuff and nothing was working, and I was just getting so stressed out about it. So I think it was last week, me and Josh kind of decided together that we are just not going to have a birth center birth. I'm really disappointed about it. I've cried many tears about it, but I can't get my fasting under control, and it seems like I do need to be put on some kind of medication. So if I'm put on medication, can't go to the birth center, so I'm just completely transferring care to the hospital where I had Helena. It's very disappointing, especially since it's something that I haven't been able to control myself. I'll say all my after meal numbers were okay, but it's because I was really watching what I ate. So as long as I watched what I ate and followed the diet I know works for me, it was fine. But then the one thing I can't control really that much is my fasting. So it's something that's out of my control really. So I will be at the hospital giving birth again. I'm really upset about it. Hopefully this time will be better than last time. So we're going to see the midwives at the hospital, separate midwives at the hospital. Next week I'm gonna go in on Wednesday and have my first appointment with them. I'm sure they'll probably refer me to their perinatologist, and they'll probably put me on some kind of medicine for my blood sugar. And they'll probably also do a growth scan and a stress test to make sure he's not too big, because that's one of the problems with gestational diabetes, is possibly having a big baby. I had a big baby already. I don't want another big baby. And we'll have to discuss whether I need to be induced, which hopefully I won't need to be. Hopefully he'll just come on his own around like at least 37 weeks, and it'll all go smooth and we won't need to stay in the hospital forever, and it'll all be good. That's what I'm hoping for, but you know, you can never really plan these things for sure. So with the gestational diabetes, I am testing 4 times a day. I test my fasting first thing in the morning, after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner. My fasting is supposed to be under 95. So lately it's been around 100, which I'm controlling. So I'm getting it down with my diet a little bit, because before it was always around like 110, and so this past like 5 days it's been around 100 or less. So that's a little bit of an improvement, but again, it's still not worth me stressing and all this stuff just to go to the birth center. I'd rather be on the medication, have it taken care of before he's born. That way I don't have to worry about it. I'll go and sleep. My after meal numbers, it is supposed to be under 140 at 1 hour after I eat, or if I forget to test, it needs to be under 120 2 hours after I eat for all my meals. And then I'm supposed to have 3 snacks a day, and I've had a very hard time getting the amount of carbs I need. My midwives never really talked to me about this, but I just, from all the reading and stuff I've been doing online, I'm spilling ketones. So I guess that's basically when you test your urine. I bought these little dipsticks, and you test your urine in the morning, and it tells you like, and you test for ketones, and I guess you spill ketones if your body isn't getting enough carbs, so it's your body starts attacking the fat instead because you're not eating enough carbs, which on a non-pregnant person, that's awesome. It means you're probably losing weight. But if you're a pregnant person like me, that means I'm losing weight. I've already lost like 10 pounds. Can't eat so many carbs that it raises my blood sugar, but because I'm not eating enough carbs, I'm having ketones in my urine. So I don't know what the big deal about ketones is. I read a lot about like it can have a lot to do with hydration, which I do notice on the days I drink a lot of water. That's slightly less, but I still always have ketones. Every day that I've tested, I've had ketones. I don't know exactly what the harm in it is. It's not like I was underweight or I hadn't been gaining enough weight. I gained too much weight, so I lost some of it. And I've just been kind of steady right about where I've been. So if you count my pre-pregnancy weight and what I weigh now, I've been gained about 20 pounds as opposed to before I was almost at 30. So that 20-pound mark is a lot healthier, I think. But some doctors don't want you spilling ketones at all, and that's usually not good. So I don't know what the harm is. If anyone knows, let me know. But so I want to try and, if I'm on the medication, hopefully I'll be able to tolerate more carbs. And by tolerating more carbs, I'll have less ketones. And everything will I'm just hoping everything just goes smooth. Like, this whole pregnancy has been perfect up until this diabetes thing, and it's been terrible. Like, I love food. Like, food is like a huge part of our lives. And when I'm being told I can't eat like anything that I like, it sucks. Like, I was pretty much living on nachos, and now I can't have nachos because the chips have too many carbs and the beans have too many carbs. I love beans, and I can't have very many. I can have like maybe half a cup at the most because there are lots of carbs. They're healthy carbs, but they're still carbs, and they make my blood sugar go up. Everyone is dying to know his name, and we're not telling anyone, so it's really funny. I think we did change his middle name though. And I think his middle name is going to be one of the names that was in my previous video about one of the names I won't use, but I think we're going to use that for his middle name. So you can go ahead and try and guess which one of the... You can try and go ahead and guess which one of the other names from the names that I love but won't be using video, which one of those we're going to use as his middle name. His room is almost done. I've been nesting like crazy. You can't see anything in here. I cropped it all out so you can't see it. Right now our big day bed is in his room because it's just easier for me to sleep in here with him as opposed to having him in our room where he's waking both of us up. So I figured that's what I did with Helena, just have this bed in his room and I'll sleep in here with him. So it's very cramped in here right now. We have this bed on right here, dresser right there, and crib behind you. So it's pretty cramped in here, but once this bed's out, then after probably like maybe 5 months or so, we'll take this bed out and there'll be a lot more room in here, and I'm gonna put the crib on this side. But I'm super excited to have a baby. So I'm 34 weeks and 5 days or whatever, so I mean, he could pretty much come whenever now. We're just guessing. I'm pretty sure he's not going to make it to his due date, and I'm not sure that the doctors will even let me go all the way to my due date because of the gestational diabetes, and they don't want him to be too big and everything, which as of right now, I think he's still a decent size because I can feel like my skin is, I got really big with Helena, but because she was really big too. My skin's still kind of loose down on the bottom, so I know I'm not as big as I was with her yet. So hopefully he's not ginormous and everything will go. I'd like to not be put on Pitocin again. Like, if they want to start sweeping my membranes and stuff around like 37 weeks, then that's fine. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it to October 8th or 7th or whenever his due date is exactly. I think it's the 8th. don't think he's gonna make it that far. I will be surprised if we even make it into October. So I guess I can show you my belly. There's been some growth. If you haven't already noticed, there's been some definite growth. Okay, there's with shirt on. I can feel him moving a ton, and he's getting to the point where he's starting to hurt me when he moves. And there's with their shirt up. So I'm getting pretty big. Everything's pretty much out right in front. I mean, I haven't gained much anywhere else, and my hips and thighs a little bit, but he's lopsided. Every time we go, his butt's like over here most of the time, and his head's like right here. Sometimes his head will be right down in the center. Like right now, I can't tell because I'm having kind of a contraction. Kind of having a contraction, so you can't really, I can't tell really where he is, but his head's right here. So yeah, oh my gosh. Ouch. The contractions have kind of stepped up their game in the past few days, especially today. I've been having a ton of Braxton Hicks. Oh, they don't feel nice. They're way different than like labor contractions though. At least for me, because Braxton Hicks, everything gets hard and it's just kind of an overall, just kind of like tightness and discomfort. Whereas like for me, actual labor contractions, I felt a lot more like lower down in like my cervix is where I felt it. I don't know why, but it's weird. So that is it. I will let you know what the midwives at the hospital have to say after that appointment. Hopefully I can update you within like a week or two and I won't have the baby yet. So we'll just have to see. I'm gonna start packing my hospital bag soon, so maybe I'll do a video on what all I'm putting in there. And it's gonna be way different than last time too. So this is like a second time mom's list of things you probably need for the hospital, because I know I'm sure as hell not gonna bring as much stuff as I did last time. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon with an update, hopefully. Bye.